What if I told you that light isn't just something that helps you see, but is actually a vital nutrient for your biology? In this explainer, we're going to radically shift how you perceive the very illumination in your home and workspace. We're going to explore how light directly impacts your spiritual coherence, your physical health, and your subtle energy fields. Prepare to look at your everyday environment in a completely new way. We have a fascinating roadmap ahead. We'll start with the modern light crisis, dive into the physics of sacred flames, look at the biofield through BioWell imaging, explore the Agni Tattva and mantras, touch on the universal sacred flame across traditions, and finally, figure out how to design coherent light habitats.
Okay, here's a concept to really wrap your head around. We are ingesting fragmented light. You know how we all finally woke up to the hidden dangers of highly processed junk food? Well, we need to have that exact same realization about our light diet. Modern humans are constantly absorbing artificial, biologically incompatible light. And just like bad food, it is literally draining our cellular energy and completely scattering our focus.
Part 1. The Modern Light Crisis, Digital Illumination, and the Sensory Dead Zone. Think about those typical ultra-bright modern office buildings or hospitals. They seem perfectly functional and well-lit, right? But the reality is they are flooded with something called temporal light modulation, or TLM. This means the light intensity is rapidly varying in ways you can't even see. Those standard LED fixtures aren't giving you a continuous stream of light. Their electronic drivers are frantically chopping the electrical current into millions of discrete on and off states. And here's where the biological mismatch gets wild. Our conscious vision, what our eyes actually register as steady light, tops out at around 60 to 90 hertz. But guess what? Our retinas and our cerebral cortex can detect those rapid microfluctuations all the way up to 2000 hertz. This creates a massive sensory dead zone. It acts as a chronic, invisible stressor because your visual cortex has to work overtime, constantly trying to piece together a continuous reality from all those fragmented stroboscopic flashes.
Part 2. Physics of sacred flames, the antithesis to digital flicker.
If you take a high-speed camera and slow everything down, the contrast is absolutely mind-blowing. An LED operates in a harsh, chaotic series of digital square waves. If you dim an LED down to 30%, those pulses literally turn into sharp blocks of total darkness rolling through the room. But contrast that with a traditional clay dia filled with pure organic A2 ghee. It presents a totally fluid, non-periodic, unbroken wave of light. It doesn't switch on and off. It just pulses gently with the microconvective air currents. It's completely analog and perfectly mimics our natural biological rhythms. The spectrum data backs this up perfectly too. Commercial LEDs bombard us with a massive blue light spike right at 450 nanometers. This totally suppresses your melatonin and literally tricks your brain into thinking it's high noon when it's midnight. But a ghee flame? Zero blue spike. It gives off a continuous, restorative spectrum heavily weighted in the red and near-infrared bands. That gentle, radiant heat matches the exact absorption band of human skin, so it's actively repairing you rather than draining you. Part 3. BioWell and the biofield, validating ancient wisdom. So how do we actually measure this impact on the human body? Enter the BioWell camera, an advanced biophysical instrument developed by physicist Dr. Konstantin Kartovkov. This device captures electrophotonic emission, which is basically the actual photons and electrons emitting from biological systems. This is huge because it takes the ancient spiritual concept of the human aura, the pranamaya kosha, and grounds it in hard, quantifiable science. The data here is incredible. When someone sits near the steady, radiant heat of an organic lipid flame, electrocardiogram and BioWell scans show a massive drop in sympathetic fight-or-flight stress. The heart falls into this beautiful state of cardiorespiratory entrainment, and the energy field itself shows a dense, symmetrical expansion, with the major energy centers literally aligning structurally. That steady, analog flame is physically anchoring human biology.
Part 4. Agni Tattva and mantras, the transformer of energy.
Hindu Shastra offers a profound framework for understanding this mechanism. It explains that Agni, the fire element, isn't just physical combustion, it is the ultimate spiritual transformer. The tradition teaches that Agni sequentially takes the dormant energy of a chanted mantra and metabolizes it into intense, active spiritual radiance. It fires up the Manipura, or solar plexus chakra, and integrates those profound vibrations straight into our prana, our core life force energy.
And this is a super important point. Agni Tattva acts as an energetic shield. Without that strong internal fire, the high frequencies generated by mantra chanting can actually leave you vulnerable. That ungrounded energy can attract negative forces that scatter your focus and drain you entirely through mental fatigue or intense desires. Now, contrast that ritual fire coherence with our modern digital lifestyle. When we are constantly bombarded by the temporal fragmentation of digital screens and flickering LEDs, our internal Agni is depleted. Our minds scatter. We lose all energetic coherence. The modern light environment is doing the exact opposite of what a sacred flame does.
Part 5.
Part 5.
The universal sacred flame. A global intuition.
What's amazing is that this intuitive understanding of fire's stabilizing power is completely universal. Humanity has always used the open flame to cut through mental darkness and anchor awareness. We see it in the exacting meditative rituals of Himalayan Buddhist butter lamps, or karme. We see it in the strict use of pure organic beeswax candles in Christian Mass. It's deeply articulated in Islamic Sufi theology, where the lamp represents the steady light of guidance in a believer's heart. And of course, indigenous firekeepers have long stewarded ceremonial fires as clean, clear portals to the spiritual realm.
Part 6. Designing coherent light habitats. Practical applications. Let's bring this back to your daily life. Think about a standard modern video conferencing room. It's heavily layered with high-frequency electromagnetic fields, static air suspension, and harsh blue light. Honestly, even those fancy smart bulbs on your desk are introducing high-frequency digital switching noise into your space. These environments create localized electromagnetic smog that actively chips away at your energetic reserves all day long.
But here's the good news. We can neutralize this by consciously practicing Prakasha Shuddhi, the purification of light. Environmental design philosophies like Feng Shui encourage us to create a layered light ecology. By just introducing an organic, coherent source, like an A2 ghee lamp or a clay diya, into your digital space, you start filtering out that toxicity. The flame releases negative ions, structures the air molecules, and introduces a stable, low-frequency resonance that actively combats the chaotic electronic smog of the modern office.
So I'm going to leave you with a bit of a challenge. If light truly is a vital nutrient for your subtle body, what happens when you change your digital diet? Tonight, try swapping out just one harsh LED in your space for a warm, natural lamp or a simple clay diya ritual. Track how it affects your sleep, your nervous system, and your ability to focus. Once you experience that shift from fragmented digital stress to true energetic coherence, you might never look at a light bulb the same way again. Are you ready to flip the switch?